Hey guys, Spaghetti Monster here. Alright, so I'm going to treat this video like you've never played League of Legends before in your life. Alright, so we're going to start off with Jinx. This is going to be the first champion that I'm going to do my first video on. It's one of my favorite champions in the game because she's what's considered to be a hyper carry late game. And basically what that means is when you shoot people, they die. Okay, so whenever you're playing AD carry, you click the shopkeeper and you see Doran's Blade, Health Pot, and Ward. That's usually what you're going to buy. Okay? So, first off, we're going to go over this character's kit. So her passive is Get Excited whenever champion, tower, inhibitor that Jinx deals damage to. Within the last 3 seconds is destroyed, she gets like crazy move speed. She's got to go fast. She's like Ricky Bobby. She goes nuts. So basically it's really good for using that to catch people, closing big distances, or running away, or escaping. So you want to utilize that movement speed as much as you can. When I play Jinx, I like to start with Switcheroo. It's your Q spell. And basically what the Switcheroo does is it changes your type of attack. So right here, this is the minigun. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is the minigun right here. So this gun shoots faster than this gun. This is the bazooka. The bazooka shoots like big shots. And it uses mana as well. Keep that in mind. And it'll do like AoE damage from the rocket blasts. So I like to start with this because it also increases my attack range as opposed to a minigun. Minigun's a shorter attack range than this. This is a longer attack range. So yeah, those are the first 2 spells that you need to know. And as I get levels, I will show you the other spells that this champion has. That's pretty much what you want to focus on. So yeah, in League of Legends, minions give you gold, right? Everybody should know that, I hope. And to get the gold, you gotta last hit the minion. So last hitting is really important, especially when you're AD carry, because you kind of need minions and gold because, you know, it's scary. It's a scary world for an ADC out there. You got a bunch of people running at you all the time. So I like to A-click. A-clicking is when you have an auto attack range indicator on around you, so you can see your maximum range. You always want to try and attack from as far as possible, the very tippy edge of your auto attack range, and you want to try and get as many minions as you can. So, also, bot lane's a 2v2 lane, so you'll usually have a support, and you'll be laning against 2 people for the majority of the time, unless like someone's disconnected or something. All right, so this is your W. W is Zap. So basically, Zap is really cool because when you use it, it's very long range. When it hits, it gives you vision, and on top of that, it has a little slow on it. It does a pretty good amount of damage. Level 1 does 120 damage about. And if you use it for poke, or if you're getting zoned really hard, zoned from like the bushes, you can't see in a bush, you could just, like, let's say I can't see in this bush, right? I'm laning against Blitzcrank, kapow, right? And boom, I could just see him. But normally, like, you want to try and angle it usually, because stand behind a minion, you'll probably get hooked if you're just here and it's warded, and oh my god. The plays. Okay, so, this is a minigun. If you auto attack 3 times, you're at maximum attack speed. It's really important to know the difference between that and the rocket blaster. So I'm just gonna pass this tower really quick. You see the tower range. So rocket blaster uses mana. Excuse me. It uses mana, and it also does. Oh my god, my camera's stuck. Uses mana, and it does AoE damage. So it also makes my attack range bigger. Why does my camera keep getting stuck? Okay. So this is the auto attack range for the rocket, and this is the auto attack range for the minigun. If you notice, it's a pretty minute difference, but it still matters. Alright, so this is Eve's Flame Chompers is what it's called. I call them clap traps, because, like, I don't know, it's kind of what it looks like. But I'm boosted, so whatever. And it's really long cooldown, because it gives you hard CC if you land it. So basically, hard CC is like, if you hit somebody with something they can't move. And that's exactly what Flame Chompers does. She tosses out 3 traps that explode for some AP damage afterwards, but the main purpose you want to use it for is for chaining CC in lane. So, like, let's say I'm laning with, like, okay, let's just say I'm laning with, like, Alistar or something, right? And let's say, like, I'm in lane, right? My Alistar's in the bush, and, like, their AD carry's over here. And let's say, like, your support goes back or something. So it's 2v1, and Alistar does, like, a but boom, like a headbutt pummel combo right here. I want to place the traps underneath while he's knocked up in the air because he can't move, you know, he can't flash, he can't do anything, he's stunned. And then that chains to CC. So it'll give me more of a chance to keep him in place, the other AD carry, and to, you know, kill him, get some gold, you know, because, like, we need gold. So AD carry's role in the game, pretty much like in the late game, you're your team's saving grace. Hopefully you got enough money so that you can help your team and get them that W, you know? You always want to be towards the back and fight usually. And your team should play to protect you. Another thing I just want to make note of, while you're laning in lane, the river in the map isn't just here just to be like a river for the jungle, but I usually like to use it as a reference, as a point of safety in lane. So if I'm standing over here and I got tri-brush warded, usually I'm like relatively safe if I'm just hitting minions over here, because I like to use the river as a point of overextension. So basically what that means is if I'm playing up here, anywhere past the river, then I'm over the point of overextension, and I'm susceptible to ganks from any jungler in the game. So you want to make sure you have wards in the river if you're playing up here, especially if you're like about to touch the tower. If you touch the tower and like the jungler comes and you can't 3v2 and like make some plays, like you're done. So you're really gonna feed, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, I just want to make a quick note of that. This is the point of overextension in the river. When you're on blue side, this is blue side, if you guys didn't know that. You always want to keep tri-brush warded. This is like the bush of safety right here. And most junglers will come around to gank you from behind. On purple side, this purple side, let's say I'm laning this way. I want to keep this bush warded. And then if I really think I'm going to get tower dove, you keep mini tri warded, which is right there. And yeah, so basically Jinx's ult is Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx fires a rocket that gains damage as it travels farther. So basically you want to like 360 no-scope kids. So let's say I'm laning against someone, right? We have a big team fight, right? Poo, right? Hit him with a W, snipe him, right? Their support comes to me, I use my chompers defensively. Like I'm still alive, like maybe like my support dies, I kill their support, and then boom, like this kid just flashes away from me. And he's like standing over here, right? He's running into this little pinch. I could just fire my ulti, and if it hits, it explodes and does lots of damage, and it'll probably kill him. And when I get a kill, it'll give me lots of move speed. So yeah, Jinx, you don't want to use Vettel at the beginning of fights, you want to usually use them at the end after they use Flash, and specifically, so then they can't just flash your rocket. Also, another notable thing for this spell is that, let's say you're going for like a crossfire, like a cross-map ulti snipe, right? Which is pretty cool, you know. You just got to keep in mind that if you're shooting it, you want to pick an angle that doesn't necessarily go straight up the river, because if they have the river warded, then there's a chance they might see it flying towards them. So if you're going to try and get a cross-map snipe from bot to mid or maybe bot to top, you want to make sure that you fire it like maybe through your jungle, kind of. And so, because like, let's say like they have... let's say they have like this bush warded, right? And you fire it, their reaction time isn't going to be as fast as you might think, especially if you're in bronze, silver, gold. So you have a greater chance of hitting that 360 no scope, you know? Even top lane. Like the bushes that might be warded are, oh god, I can't control my camera. This bush or this bush. And sometimes you could actually catch people basing. So what I mean by that is, let's say I have a big fight, and I lose vision on somebody. Just count to 8 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then once you get to like 4 or 5 seconds, just put your mouse on the mini-map right here, fire the rocket so that it flies all the way to their spawn, and then sometimes you could catch people as soon as they port back in from their recoil animation. You could snipe them and get a kill like that. It's pretty cool. If you guys didn't see those videos already, a lot of people do that. The ultimate could also be used to steal Dragon and Herald/Baron. But it doesn't hit the mob completely. Like, it has to hit a champion while he's next to the objective. So if, like, their jungler isn't in there and you don't hit the jungler, like, it doesn't explode for AoE damage. so you won't get any damage on the actual objective. And yeah, so basically that is Jinx's kit. Just a couple things for AD carry in general. You know, blue side, watch out for that bush. Make sure it's warded. River is the point of overextension. Oh, and there's zone control. So these bushes can't always be warded. So let's say you have a high pressure support in your lane. Let's say like I'm laning with like Blitzcrank or Zyra, right? Those are pretty nice supports to have because they give good zone pressure. For reasons like Zyra has her plants, and she can hard CC you with that root. Blitzcrank, for obvious reasons, has his hook, and hooks can really, really make you feed, pretty much. So yeah, if a Blitzcrank's standing in here and I can't ward the bush, like it's a lot of pressure. I gotta stay behind my minions, you know, gotta hug them. Minions are friends, and I gotta hope I don't get hooked. But I'll go over that in some of my videos, hopefully. Zone control of the bushes. And those are some terms you just need to know, so you're not completely lost when I'm like talking about it. And yeah, that's pretty much Jinx's kit. Always take heal and flash. Heal, flash. And oh. Also, one last thing that a lot of players don't do. Whenever you want to base, make sure you push the minions all the way up to the tower, so that they don't get stuck right here. Because then what happens is a reverse push starts up, where like right here, watch. I didn't push it all the way to the tower, so let's say I went back right now. These minions die, and when the next wave comes, like he's gonna have a minion advantage pushing towards me. So just make sure you clear out all these minions, and like make sure like they all go into the range. Like the casters are in the range. See that? They're in the tower range. That's when you want to base, when it's nice like that, or else you're gonna get super stacked and they're gonna dive you with the jungler at like level 6. Like basically what that means is like it'll be like a big wave of minions coming at you, and you can't really trade with them because when you auto attack champions in minion waves, like let's say I was laning against someone, if I auto attack a champion, all the minions aggro onto you if you use an auto attack. If you use spells, however, like if I throw traps or use a W and hit somebody with one of those spells, the minions won't hit me. If you guys will notice that if you go into a normal game and try it. So like when you're harassing people in lane, you want to use spells usually, unless you have minion advantage. You want to count up your minions, and then if you have more minions than the other player, then that's when you want to make trades. All right, so yeah, that's just a little bit of tips and tricks, general 80 carry knowledge, and Jinx's kit as well, as long as some of their spells. And masteries, like, I don't really know what masteries to take. I usually just take Fervor, because, like, I don't know. That's what I've been taking. I just haven't really looked at the masteries yet. I probably should. It's really bad. But yeah, it's Jinx.